your favorite podcast.
Ever. So, my dear, feisty, sassy co host friend,
Oh boy.
Cassie.
You're just throwing me out there today, huh?
Yeah. How have you been? How are things? I
Oh,
feel like we haven't talked in so long, and I talk to you all the time.
that is true. Why do we always feel like that? I don't know. It's like
I don't know. I think we've had less time of talking this week, though.
yeah, no, that's true. I don't know. I've been like a weird kind of like headspace and I've been a little under the weather. I don't know if you can hear it still. I feel like I hear it, but maybe you can't hear it. I don't know. Like a little like
Not so
nasally.
much.
Okay.
Not so
Uh,
much.
So yeah, I don't know. I've been a little under the weather. I've been struggling a little mentally with just a lot of things that are, you know, going on in my mind. There's a lot going on in life and,
Okay.
it's just that time of year, I guess. I don't know. So, I'm okay. I'll get through it. I'm just in like weird
You're
headspace.
just being a human, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what you can call it.
Just being a human. Well, I feel like we're the only species that really goes up and down through these roller coasters of emotions. So
That is true. That is true.
you never really see a dog walking down the street looking all sad, like damn, and then it's like, oh, my day's great.
Right, yeah.
It's just one emotion across other animals. But,
Yeah.
well, I always instill faith, and I know that you will have brighter days to come. Even though
Of
you're
course.
in a different headspace, but I'm always gonna wish the best.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
How have you been?
I've been pretty alright. Not really one to complain. Super tired lately because obviously I have a baby. So, which usually that isn't the issue, but lately it has been. So, but today I actually went for a walk. It was really nice weather today.
Yeah, what's that?
It's astonishing and
She said astonishing.
astonishing. I just wasn't expecting the weather to be so nice today. So I had a couple interesting interactions with strangers. Literally, some guy he was driving down the street and pulled into our parking lot,
Hmm.
and he got out and he had a camera on his neck, so I figured from the foliage he wanted to take a picture. So I seen he had these pair of shoes on that were Hoka's, Hoka. They're like some brand of like good brand of comfort shoes for like running and different things.
Oh,
So, but when you look at them, they make me think of like orthopedic old shoes because the sole is like super thick.
oh,
So, it's like a platform
gotcha.
almost.
Okay.
And I had a coworker who was trying to sell me on buying these shoes because he wanted to put in an order, but with an order over a certain amount, you get like faster shipping or something like that. So,
Oh,
like,
trying to get you into that.
right. So I'm like, I don't even know. I have no idea about these shoes. I haven't even tried them on before. If I could try them on somewhere before even buying them, that's like my best bet.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not buying those shoes, but I've seen them around. So I finally seen someone in them and just a random, you know me, I'm just random. I can kind of have a conversation with anyone. So and I just started my walk and I'm like, hey, your shoes, I've seen that brand before. Are they comfortable? So I literally got into a conversation with this guy about his shoes.
You would.
But like it lasted longer than I intended to. Like I just wanted him to be like, yeah, these shoes are great. They're so comfortable, or they're all right. They're not good for this, but they're good for just
Yeah.
quick feedback, real quick, little quick critique on them. And it turns into like, oh, well, one day I was at the gym when I was younger, because he's like this older guy. Oh, I was at the gym when I was younger, and this guy and that, and then the trails, and there's this brand and this line, and the shoes. I'm like, okay, so you would say they're good, huh?
God. Gotta be careful. You ask old people, Amanda.
I should have known better, like especially after working in stores, like in the retail world. I definitely should have known better, but I've also been out of working in the stores for a while, so it did slip my mind a little bit, mom brain or something. I'll just use that for my excuse. But so that was an interesting interaction. But then later in the walk, I walked down to the beach, so I'm just sitting by the water,
Mm-hmm.
and this older lady walks by. It's something about the old people today. I don't know what it is. So this older lady walks by, and I'm just sitting there, and she's like, "Oh, can I see your baby?" And I just looked at her like, "Did you really just ask? Like, is this what people do when you have a kid?" Okay.
People are weird. That's my mom. My mom is that person.
Oh my gosh. Well, I just sat there and looked at her like, "Did she really just ask me that?" So she must have thought I didn't hear her, so she repeated herself.
Oh God.
And I'm just like, sure, okay. Because she seemed genuinely nice just from the way she was asking. Like, it didn't come off as creepy. It was just random for me.
Yeah.
The baby's in there sleeping anyway, so it's just like my child will be creeped out by this person looking at her through the little peephole on the stroller. You know?
Oh God.
But this lady, so anyways, this lady is like, we don't have any more babies in my family. Everyone's grown up and older. And she was like, "Oh, how old is she?" And she's like, "Oh, you look so good." And I'm like, "Hey, I like this lady. She gave me a compliment. I could talk to her." And she was telling me how she is about to be 81.
Wow.
And if you've seen this woman, she did not look like she was about to be 81.
Wow.
Maybe like early 70s, I would say, but definitely not 81.
Mhm.
And she's like, "Because I walk every day." And I said, "Well, you're just my inspiration to walk every day then, because goodness."
Right. That's insane.
But it was just nice interactions that I had today. So um, I had a little bit of a rough day yesterday. So today I needed it to kind of bounce back and recover from my day. And those interactions just really added to it and helped today be a better day than yesterday. So I feel really grateful for that.
That's good. I like how weird things like that happen. Like you can be in such like an awful mood, and then like the smallest like unexpected thing can happen, and it just kind of like kicks you out of that a little bit. It's nice.
Yeah, it makes me think it makes you snap back into reality. Like it puts you in the present moment. Like so you can't be anywhere but there at that time. And
Yeah,
I really
exactly.
like that. I actually do have a little kicker for the end of that interaction. So that lady walks away. I'm still sitting there,
Mhm.
and a car pulls up and parks behind me because where I'm sitting, cars can pull up and just, sit in front of the water. So I'm just sitting on the bench there. And I shit you not, this person literally parks like right behind me and their car alarm goes off.
I hate people. I really hate people.
And now I'm
Only for
pissed
the car
because,
alarm. I'd be mad just parking behind me. Like I'm sure there's other
right,
spots.
like I purposely picked that bench because no one was parked there.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of parking. And he pulls up, parks his car. The minute he parks the car, the alarm goes off. Mind you, I said my child was sleeping. So
Yeah.
this was nap time. Like I was taking advantage of nap time by going on a walk. And she was only asleep for like 15 minutes
Yeah.
because he could not get the damn alarm turned off.
Oh, people, get it together.
Girl,
Keep it in the stroller.
girl. I was like, you know what? Because at first I'm like, oh, he'll get it off in a moment. Hopefully, like, she won't wake up from this little quick alarm.
Mm.
It took him like 30 seconds to get the alarm turned off. And I know 30 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but when your child is sleeping and
Yeah.
it's a car alarm going off for 30 seconds is a long fucking time.
Right.
And he's in the car struggling because now I'm looking because I'm just annoyed. So I'm just gonna look. I'm just staring at him like you have got to
Oh
be
Lord.
kidding me.
Yeah.
He gets out of the car and is still trying to figure out how to turn off the alarm. And he finally got the alarm off. And I'm just looking at him like, what's wrong with you?
He didn't say sorry or like.
No, he's just like, oh, I never know how to work this thing. And I just busted out laughing at him. I just laughed because I was like, this is ridiculous. I get up and just leave. It's like, I was being told my time is done here, and my child did not go back to sleep at
But the
all.
better question though is how do you set your alarm off when you just park the car? Like, I don't think I've ever set my alarm off like ever. So like, how does that even happen in the first place?
I don't know, but my thing is, why did it take you that long to figure out how to? Like, he even started. I think I swear he started the car or turned it on or something, and the alarm was still going off. Like he was so confused, and I was so tempted to just go over there, like, give me your damn keys because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But yeah, so a less pleasant older person interaction.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hmm.
Um, I did just like lose for a second though, but
Oh, I'm so sorry. You know how life has been for me.
oh, it's just life is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, usually. And something that makes it even more beautiful is that the holidays are coming.
They are, and
The most popular holidays, I feel like, I should say.
well, but when you say the holidays are coming, I feel like people just know like what that means.
Yeah, true. Very
But
true.
yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know where 2022 has gone. I feel like so much has like happened in like a day because I feel like it hasn't really been that much time.
Yeah,
It's mad weird. And, like I can't believe that it's fucking November. Like that's insane.
yeah, that feels like a problem. I feel like someone is altering something out in the galaxy and they need to stop messing with us because why are we really about to have Thanksgiving in 3 weeks?
Girl, I don't know. that shit has come so quick and like I haven't even thought about like menu and
Mm,
like Halloween is like, just past when
hmm
this is like aired and like decorations and there's just so many things that come along with the holidays. I feel like it's so much pressure to like keep up with.
It's overwhelming.
It is. It's insane. And
That's why I
me
usually don't celebrate.
I was gonna say, and I know that it's not something that you typically like celebrate, but
hmm
um, I don't know. It's just it makes it hard.
It does. It really does. And it's funny because was thinking like, oh, now I have a child with another side of the family. I'm like, how am I going to spend my Thanksgiving this year? And I'm like, I just got out of driving all over the place last year, and now that plan has gone down the drain. I think this year because we're just not going to go see her grandparents and stuff. Like
Yeah, it's true.
it's expected.
But it's always better to go somewhere than to be the one that's hosting. So you're still good there.
You see my place. This is not a location of hosting, anyways. Parking sucks. Spacing is not great. I have a bar stool table, so a bar stool height table to say it better, and only have 3 bar stools.
Well, you have a big couch though.
Nope. Yeah, makes room for a lot of mess. Not really a fan. It's funny because I remember when I was newer to living here, and my aunt, she's like, "Oh, now we can do this and that at your house." I said, no, we don't have the space." uh,
I don't have
I
the space. Y'all, she lives in like a 3-level.
hey, mind your business, mind your business. And I use the dog as an excuse too. I'm not going to be putting Chewy away for company to come over, so.
Tell her I'm over here in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment. I'm not doing anything. I have no space. You bitch, you have no excuse. I don't care.
No,
The
really,
hell?
the parking sucks. There's nowhere for anyone to park.
Y'all have visitor parking. Stop it.
Yeah, that's a long way for people to walk with their dishes.
That don't mean nothing. They can drop it off and then move the car.
And you know what I was just thinking? I was just randomly thinking. So for those who do host for Thanksgiving and Christmas, foodie holidays, I guess every holiday is a foodie holiday, pretty much on 4th of July,
We
Memorial
know
Day.
what you mean.
But yeah, so those who do host on these holidays, and I was thinking the price of food has gone up, and the price of gas has gone up, and it's a lot to do the cooking. Like you said, it's a lot to just, do all the cooking, the prep. So I wonder if people are changing up any holiday traditions and are making guests do more of bringing dishes with them, opposed to being the one to provide like it all. Because I remember growing up, my grandma cooked everything. Like all the food was there. Someone may bring something. Like
Right.
sometimes my aunt would bring something over. I remember this one time she brought something and there were burgundy olives, and I just thought it was so gross. But ever since then, I've learned I do not like burgundy
Doesn't she
olives.
listen to this?
She might, and that's okay. She knows I don't like them burgundy olives. So, and
Oh,
Aunt Karen,
no.
in case you forgot, I still don't like those burgundy olives. Yeah, I don't remember what it was for, but yeah, because I thought they were black olives, but I was like, these black olives look a little faded. It's different. Ate it, not black olives. So yeah. Um, but yeah, no, it's just something I was wondering because things are expensive. I was just talking to my cousin the other day. She's like, yeah, a pack of chicken is like $10 now, and it's like, what the fuck? Like chicken used to be the least expensive meat to buy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely everything's increased. It's insane. Like, well, we were talking about the other day. Like, I can't go to the grocery store and not spend at least like $100, and like I literally come back with like a
Nothing.
bag of groceries. That's it.
Right. Nothing. Yeah, I'm over here like, all right, we've been doing the like meal prep. So we just get the ingredients sent to us for like lunch and dinner type of meals, and then breakfast stuff we'll buy at the grocery store ourselves.
Mhm.
And just buying like breakfast stuff and snacks, we literally are around between 150 and 200 easily.
Yeah, it's insane.
And it's like it's only two of us eating the food because obviously the baby's not eating that. And
Right.
what makes us suck is that a lot of what we eat is clean too. So, um, we do a lot of like fresh fruits, not so much fresh produce because we're doing breakfast stuff, so we don't really have produce like that for vegetables. And then, we like kombucha and like things that are good for you. It is so irritating because why are the things that are so good for you so much more money?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just wild to me. I never understood that. Even before inflation came into play, like just in general
Right,
speaking, never.
right.
It's crazy. They
But
make like the unhealthiest, shitty ass stuff like so affordable, and everything else is like,
exactly, exactly. And that's what causes people to have medical conditions. And because they're eating these foods that have crap in it and that affects their bodies, our bodies are temples. They're temples. And we can't be eating things that aren't made for us to be eating.
yeah,
But at the same time, we get paid pennies to work and we're not able to afford that. So back to my beginning of this tangent. I'm just curious if anyone, does more of the guests make sure to bring a dish or make it a requirement. You know,
yeah.
that's where we were
I
in
was gonna
case
say
you
I,
forgot, because I feel
I
like you forgot.
sure did.
I
I just
remember the
don't
point
have.
of this story.
Well, I'm glad someone does because I did not.
Yeah, so that's something I wonder. And then also too, I eat more clean now. So I also think that's why I wonder that because a lot of the stuff I ate growing up, I don't eat now, and that's still like holiday traditional type of food. So
Yeah,
with my diet being different, I kind of feel like I'd be obligated to bring something because I don't really eat anything else. I'd probably be there. So it's like I'm gonna sit here and watch y'all eat, or I'm gonna sit there and f up my stomach,
right.
or I could just bring a dish and say, "Hey, I know you're probably not gonna eat this, but I will."
Stupid. Well, I mean, it is true though, and especially if you know that like you only eat certain things, I do think at that point then you should certainly bring something so that way
Right.
you can kind of participate.
Right, because it's like I'm not saying it's being picky, but like I think it's kind of a like contradiction to be very particular about your food, but not bring something that you can eat.
Yeah.
So that's my thought around Thanksgiving. I always enjoy Thanksgiving though. Um, that's always just been one of my favorite holidays. I miss eating my old ways because it was even more of a favorite holiday if I still ate that way. But I don't know. It's just food and chatting. Food and conversation.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I still do like Thanksgiving, but I feel like for me, it will always be like a little tainted,
Hmm.
um, just because obviously I'm gonna bring this back to my dad.
Of course.
So I remember, I want to say once he was able to start eating food again,
Hmm.
um, or once he was able to start swallowing again, I'll say that. He wasn't really eating food. It was more like liquid stuff. And I remember on Thanksgiving was the first time that he actually had tried like food.
Mm.
And so I know that that was kind of like a huge like moment. And I feel like just because of like that and how sensitive like anything food related was because I always had to watch my dad struggle and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I don't know, just like food, holidays, and like eating and stuff has always just kind of brought like a weird.
And he was like a chef.
Exactly, he was a chef for a very long time, so I don't know. I just always like kind of like feel like I don't know weird about it, and I feel like I'm
Yeah.
not really explaining myself very well, but I
I
don't
feel
know.
like you are because I mean when I from my perspective of what you're saying, looking at it full circle is just like a little like crazy because like you said he was a chef and then so food has always been a part of what like him
Yeah,
and then he goes through this whole not being able to chew food have to intake through I don't know the proper terminology but the machine to tube feeding.
yeah,
Sorry, I was trying to think of the word so hard. I'm like, come on, Amanda, you got this. So, he went from tube feeding to then being able to, I remember you said, because I remember from you doing it, taking small bites and eating very slowly, um, which I know you were eating slowly because of him having to take very small bites. So it took him longer to get through his food.
yeah. I felt bad. He would always be like the last one to finish anything, and like everyone would like get up and like leave and stuff, and I'm like, how can you just like
Right.
kind of sitting there by himself? And he would always tell me to like go, but I'm like, no, like I'm gonna
Hmm.
sit here and I'm gonna eat with you, and even if I'm done, like I'm still gonna sit here with you, you know?
Right. Right. So, no, I feel like I can understand what you're saying. Random question though, but when he was able to like eat actual food again, was he still cooking anymore, or did he?
I mean, he still cooked, um, cause like so he did do it for a living, and then oddly enough, when he went from a chef to another part of his job, which was no longer cooking, is when he was initially diagnosed with cancer.
Hmm,
So that like the whole like
odd correlation.
yeah, the whole thing is just very strange.
Yeah.
But no, he did always continue to like cook for us and stuff like that. Because that's just something that he loved to do. So just because he couldn't
Right.
enjoy it, for certain periods of time,
Hmm.
he didn't like make us suffer.
Did he? Lucky. No. Did he ever mention if anything tasted different? Like, do you know if foods have
Yeah,
tasted different for him?
definitely because all the radiation and stuff definitely mess up his tongue. So
Hmm.
um, so yeah, things certainly taste different.
And when he went through his survival period, do you know if things still tasted weird?
Um, I want to say like overall, he was still able to like taste things,
Hmm.
but I want to say it was always just like kind of off, just because
From the treatments.
yeah,
Yeah. Huh. Super random, but I feel like it was a good question to ask them. Like, I didn't even think about that because I know from treatments that their senses, things are affected.
yeah,
And, but I didn't think about like, well, he went a good period of time of being okay. So I just wondered how things progressed during that. Isn't it? It's like frustrating sometimes because I'll have thoughts that I'll want to ask my mom, but it's like she's not here, and it's like I want to just know. You know what I mean? Like it's like I didn't think to ask then, but like I want to ask now.
yeah.
It's so frustrating.
It is because there's, and I'm going on like a whole other tangent, but now that you say that, there is always one question. I don't know if I've talked about it on here or not,
I'll tell you if you did.
but there's always one question that like I've always wanted to ask him, and I'm really mad that like I didn't ask him. And it's what did he enjoy more? Was it golf or was it bowling?
Yes, you did ask that. I mean, you
Right?
did say that.
And I'm like,
Sorry.
I don't have any idea. And I'm like, I really should have asked him that fucking question because like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna be that creepy person. I'm just gonna say when my child gets big enough to be able to talk, I'm asking her shit like, "So did you beat my mom? What was she like?"
Would too. She was like, "What are you talking about? Your mom's not here."
She's gonna be like, "I am your mom."
I go, if that happens, I don't know.
Throw the whole baby away. I'm just joking.
Oh, that would be some interesting shit. Tell you that.
Oh you guys will definitely know. You
Oh,
will know when that shit happens, if it happens. Because I'm not going through that one alone. I'll be damned.
Well, I was gonna say I would hope not, but I kind of secretly hope you would. I don't want to know.
Oh, I was like, why? The audacity. The audacity. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, so woo, Thanksgiving's coming. So you know the grocery store's about to be mobbed very soon.
it's the worst time.
All your spices and freaking sugars and flours, all that shit is gonna be gone. But I am thinking of challenging myself this Thanksgiving. Um, I'll let her dad figure out a dish that we can bring, but I want to try to make sweet potato pie. So my excitement behind it, for those of you who can see us, I just did do a little dance.
Well,
Um,
but
I usually would make banana pudding, but and banana pudding because that was like my mm, one of my two favorite desserts that my grandma would make because I really loved her sweet potato pie also. So I can't really put one before the other because they were both so damn good.
gotcha.
So I would always make banana pudding. Like that was my thing that I learned how to make that would taste good like my grandma's after she passed. So I'm ready to graduate onto something else.
Proud of you. That is exciting.
Yes, yes. And I'm gonna shoot for her sweet potato hard AF because you know she didn't have a recipe for it. It's same thing as banana pudding. Well, the banana pudding was kind of on the box, and there's a few other things that you had to wait. Sweet potato pie is a full winger, and I I one time made a sweet potato like mashed sweet potato, which tasted very similar to the pie filling that my grandma would make because you know she made everything from scratch. So I'm looking forward to trying to make the pie. I can't say for sure, but I'm thinking about even hand making the crust, but I might honestly just buy the pre-made one. So
No. You gotta hand make the crust. You have to. You have to.
I know, but I'm like, I'm just the filling is
Tea.
so hard.
It is. I mean, it's all hard. I know because I used to make a pumpkin pie from scratch.
Oh shit.
This is actually the first year that I'm not doing it. There's just too much going on. I can't.
Right.
I used to make pumpkin pie from scratch with an actual pumpkin, and I would make
Damn girl.
crust. So
Sheesh.
you definitely gotta make it. It's tricky, but it's doable.
But I know your ratio's got to be just right, or your crust is fucked.
Yeah, because it is. It's very complicated because you have to like do it enough to make sure it doesn't like fall apart, but then like
Right.
you don't want to knead it enough to where it's too tough.
Right.
And then you have to make sure it's like the right thickness in all like
Areas of the freaking pie, exactly. Like I know that part you can just roll out and just go from there. Because I remember my grandma used to make the crust with the little fork indents, and oh gosh, just brought me back to a lovely childhood memory.
Channel all the energy because my dad was like the king at making pies.
Oh my gosh. So I guess you and I are gonna have to figure that one out together. We're gonna have to do a good video chat and walk me through some pie crust making.
Yes, because you have to do it from it won't be the same.
All right. So me. Oh yeah. All right. All right.
I
If I
guess you
fail,
can buy one just to have it.
how you
It, like
buy that shit for backup? Just scoop it out of the wrong one and put it into the other one. No.
but you at least have to try.
I will. I will. I'm determined to. You just inspired me to do better. So
You have to.
I will.
Make sure you get pie weights. That's something I still need to invest in.
Excuse me?
You have to buy pie weights.
The hell is that? You literally weigh your pie?
No.
Oh.
So
Sorry.
no, pie weights are so once you make the pie crust and you put it in the dish, you have to bake it before you put the filling in it.
Yeah.
So in order to bake it though, you use like pie weights, or I would improvise and use something else to weigh it down, so that way the pie crust will set
Oh, so it
appropriately.
doesn't fluff.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're like little like marbles, like pie weights. They're like heavy, like um, ball bearings or whatever.
So how many do you put in your pie crust? Like how
You
many do
put
you
a
put
whole
on the
bunch.
crust? Oh.
Yeah,
And then you
like
have to take them shits out?
yeah.
That's so much work. I don't think my grandma did that. I think my grandma cooked everything as a whole.
I mean maybe, but I think that you have to. At least when I've done my pumpkin pie, I've always cooked the crust a little bit, and then I put.
Oh. Yeah, I don't recall her cooking the crust. I just remember her putting everything in. Like I don't know why I did that hand motion, but she put everything in at like once, and she would just bake it. But her crust also wasn't thick. It was a fairly thin crust she would also use. That was the other best thing about her pie was that it was so much filling and then so little crust. So it was like a
Gotcha. Yeah, those
more of a
ratios.
treat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but we'll have to talk about that when you teach me.
Listen, I'm not a
Something like
pro.
yeah. Well, I'm on an even lower level, so whatever you got, please share.
Oh, I will. I'll live through you since I'm not doing it this year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm all good for my Thanksgiving talk. I just wanted to share what I'm looking forward to doing differently this year. For Thanksgiving, I'll wait until we get a little closer to Christmas to talk about Christmas stuff because we all know that's not like my thing.
Party pooper. I cannot wait until the little is a little bigger and is all into Christmas because you're gonna be screwed, Mama.
I'm not gonna be screwed. I feel like she has a lot of aunties who are so ready for her. So
We are, but it's Mama that brings all the magic. So
you're right. I wasn't even gonna disagree with you on that.
yeah, I can shower her with all the gifts I want to, but Christmas is special by your parents. So
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I believe in
We've
you.
got plenty of time for that, so don't y'all hold your breath on that one.
I can say we have a few more weeks to get there. Well, years, I guess.
We have a few more years. Yeah, she ain't gonna know nothing.
Right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hope y'all have, for one, before we wrap this up, I hope y'all have enjoyed the merch that we had up for breast cancer awareness because that was an awesome thing. And I'm just going to point out my lovely co host, Cassie, for that one because she was just on it, on it, on it, on it.
Thank you.
So I just want to say thank you
Of
to my lovely
course.
co host also.
Gotta start working on some next merch, but it's gonna have to wait because your girl's going on vacation, so you're gonna miss me for a while.
Ooh, vacay, vacay. So you know what that means? You folks are going to be stuck with me.
Sure are. Not a bad.
Definitely not terrible. Please don't set your bar high because you know your girl. It'll be my first time doing what my lovely Cassie did while I was out having a baby. So
Got this.
thank you. Do you have any good words for our peeps before we wrap this up?
No, I don't think so. Just the usual. Make sure you guys don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And continue to enjoy our podcasts and share them and let others know that we exist. And if there's a favorite clip or something you guys have, then make sure that you share that with whomever needs to hear it.
Factos. Thanks, guys. Until next time.
Bye.